and you're watching Project Life Size. Um, let's see here. So this is my first time doing something like this. I was asked yesterday to kind of be the viewer of the month for this month, so hopefully I do a good job. Be gentle with me in any way, shape, or form. So the topic this week was fatspiration versus thinspiration, and how you feel about it and that type of thing. And I couldn't agree more with what everybody has said. As far as, when it comes down to it, you have to be the best you that you can be. And I know that my personal journey to loving myself as who I am, as I am, came from kind of stumbling into the fat positivity community. I spent a lot of time really, really just not liking who I was, not liking my height, not liking my size, not liking that I didn't look like the girls who would go to all the shows, not liking what I looked like compared to all the other people that were around. And one day I just sort of had it. I just sort of had it with doubting myself, and I just needed to see myself reflected in some way, shape, or form. So one night I just started digging around on the internet and found so many wonderful blogs, just so many gorgeous girls wearing clothes that I could only dream of wearing, but they were my size and they looked like me. And it became a really, really big thing for me, to where I had strings and strings and strings of bookmarks of all these different bloggers and all these different things that were being showcased in stores, and wishing I had thousands upon thousands of dollars to pay for all these clothes. And this is a new thing for me. I'd been a chubby girl pretty much all my life, and to finally find places where I could get clothes that looked like my friends' clothes and actually were my size was pretty great. I'm going to warn you, you may see a cat, just so you know. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, tens of thousands of like links, and wishing I had all this money and just all of this stuff. And I was getting to a point to where I was starting to like myself a little bit better. I mentored teenage girls for a few years, and it really became important to me because I was the person they looked up to. And if I hated myself, how's that going to bode well for them? So that was the other motivation, to try to find a better way to see myself, to be gentler with myself. So that's kind of how I got into it. That's actually kind of how I found Project Life Size, were all of those things. And then a few years ago, I decided that in order for me to be the best me that I could be, I needed to start working out. I needed to start taking better care of myself and putting myself first. So I did, and my body changed, and things like that changed. But it didn't mean that I didn't love who I was, and it didn't mean that I didn't still dig what I had. And that's kind of where I landed. So I see the thinspiration stuff, and I do use some of it, to be quite honest. On my Pinterest boards and stuff like that, I do repen certain slogans, but it's more motivation to get me working out more. But it's never to look at them and say, I want to be like that. I want to be the best me that I can be. I want to continue to look good in clothes and enjoy the benefits of being more physically active. I want to do all that stuff. Now, onto the whole fetishism thing. I totally understand that. Being in this realm, it's kind of hard to find dates sometimes if you're a bigger girl. Why did I use that phrase, bigger girl? But anyway, it's kind of hard to find dates sometimes, because there's certain people who would reject you for looking a certain way, embrace you only because you look a certain way. And that can be very difficult, because you don't want to be objectified. No one wants to be objectified. You want to be dated for who you are, and not the size in your jeans, or boobs if you got boobs, that type of thing. And it does become hard to kind of weed all that stuff out, to know if there's somebody out there who wants to date you for you. So anytime any of those blogs or anything like that borders on that fetishist side, I can't hang with that. Or sometimes gets a little too political, I can't hang with that. But something that says that you're equally as worthy thin as you are larger, that it doesn't matter as long as you're being the best you that you can be, I'm totally down with that. If it vilifies one side or the other side, I'm not down with that. Um, if you say that, a friend of mine posted, if you say that um, bigger girls are sexy and skinny girls aren't, you don't get it. And that you should just shut up and realize that all of us are beautiful in our own way. And we should celebrate that in some way, shape, or form. So, whatever that looks like, celebrate who you are.